A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final day of week 2. His Highness the Father Amir's Prix here. This second week of the Doha Equestrian Tour, and the last day we welcome you to Super 6 bar last night, and Megan Mussonier won that with Chakarija Pierre. She jumped 1.90 m, and that was good enough to beat the likes of Max Kuhner, who had won the 6 bar in London with EIC Cooley jump the queue. Megan Mussonier, her first 6 bar with Chakarija, won last night. And the big 5-star world ranking class jump-off class went to Max Kuhner. That was EIC Quantum Robin the 5th for the world number 23, that won the biggest class of yesterday. But welcome to what will be a very good final day. We bring you 4 classes today, and this is the first of them. It is the 3-star Accumulator to get us into action. It's a big class in numbers terms. It's going to be 74 combinations to come forward. And the prize per €6,000 for the Accumulator. And of the 74 starters, 18 nations represented, 12 nations with multiple starters. Egypt with the biggest hand this morning, 20 for the Egyptians. And KASS, the home nation, fielding 14. Italy, 8. Great Britain and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, 4 each. And Jordan, Ireland, France and Germany have 3, whilst Portugal, Turkey and Iran have a pair each. And then it is 6 nations that have just 1 starter. And they are going to be the one for Thailand, Brazil, Austria, Ukraine, Denmark and Iraq are the lone wolves this morning. The Accumulator, in essence, if you're new to show jumping, you win points per fence you clear. Fence 1 will get you 1 point, 2 points and so on. And when you get to the Joker, which is at the last fence at 10, if you jump that, you get double points. So max accumulated total is 65 if you jump the Joker. And if you jump the Joker, you get 20 points awarded. So you go from 45, which is the total after 9 fences. I think 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 up to 9 is 45. And then it's a 20-point bonus if you jump the Joker to finish on 65. But if you knock a fence down, you lose the points of that knockdown fence. That is the formula. The course set by Bernardo Costa Cabral. It is a 395-meter course this morning. 68 seconds is the time allowed. So looking for the quickest maximum points that will win the Accumulator this morning. And a very good morning to you. There's this class, then the 5-star 2-phase competition to come after this, then 2 Grand Prix, the 3-star Grand Prix and the 5-star Grand Prix, which will be the king of the week here. With 38 starters in that 5-star Grand Prix to come this afternoon. But welcome to the Accumulator this morning. My name is Ed Holloway. Great to bring you this action from Doha. And the first out is Emanuele Camilli. This is Odense Odeveld for the Italian. Now this horse back in action, had a little bit of time out of the sport, Odense Odeveld, but now back in full swing with Emanuele Camilli. He'll show us the way around the course of Bernardo Costa Cabral and his team here. Left-handed into the first related distance. 4 strides between the Oxford 3 and the Doha Equestrian Tour vertical of 4. Then they swing to the far side into the shadow to come to the big green-yellow Oxa. Fence 5, then 6 strides, quite a short 6, I think, down to the Liverpool, the vertical at 6. They then turn back to the pillars. Ox a little touch on the front bar, but it has all stayed intact for Emanuele Camilli. This in the state of Qatar vertical. And the home turn, 9 back to the choice at 10, where the Joker lies awaiting, and they'll take, in fact, not the Joker. They opt to take just the normal fence 10, so it will be 55 points, not the double points there for Emanuele Camilli. Interesting decision from him, and he'll come home with 55 points is the opening score this morning in the Accumulator. New starter. Here's the first of the 20 for Egypt this morning, and on course Mustafa Saeed. This Calliope LVPZ jumping this mare. She's 9 years of age, that Mustafa owns himself. You start to see it at Alshaqab. Wow, it's a very sharp angle. He attempted to 5, was a bridge too far. They take the front bar of it. Didn't really give the horse any chance to jump it. Just cut that angle. And the added difficulty there is the shadow cuts across the flank of the fence as well, which was the next problem. So down to the joker they go. They knock that down, so then they plummet downwards. And 20 points is the total, I'm afraid, for Mustafa Saeed and Calliope LVPZ. This pair have been in very good form. They've won 2 classes this week. They won the 3-star on day 1, the first class. They won yesterday's 3-star opening class as well. So they look for a hat-trick of wins. Ismail Osama El Barai gets on course. This is Incredible Z. Now to the start gates. Now looking for their 3rd win, and they do attempt this tough line back to 5 as well. It's a hard line, and they have a refusal. As I say, it's intensified by the shadow cutting down through the middle of the fence. Optically not easy for the horse on that sharp line. It's not easy. How many more will attempt that after 2 have fallen into trouble? We'll wait and see, but it's a tough line, that is. And I'm afraid it's gone sour for the double winners. That's a shame for them. Ismail Osama El Barai is eliminated with Incredible Z for the 2 refusals, attempting that very hard line back to the green-yellow oxer, fence 5. They are eliminated. Well, that's to come. Still, we wait for the first max points this morning. It is the turn now, Hussein Said Haydan for Qatar, number 4. This is the first of the 14 for the home nation, and Ekaterina. She's 13 years of age. This nice grey mare, his new ride, daughter of Durango Video, across the Otango, that gets away. Well, they took down fence 4, I think, anticipating that turn inside that unused blue-white ox. They then make a hash of fence 5. That line is looking very hard. I don't think it's... not sure it's really on. I don't know. We'll see whether anybody jumps it smoothly, but I have my doubts about it. Well, coming home, and it's going to be 46 points for Hussein Said Haydan, with both the errors coming in succession of 4 and 5. And they are the end of their round out on the course of Bernardo Costa Cabral this morning. If you're just joining us, a very good morning. Welcome to the last day of His Highness the Father Amir's Prize here. Week 2 of the Doha Equestrian Tour. The days to come, this man was on the podium last night, jumped very well with Fernhill Leonardo in the 6-bar third. He was behind Megan Massonnier. We welcome Duarte Sabra, Paris Olympian, and winner of the 4-star Grand Prix here last year with Dorage second, but Duarte has a mistake earlier too, I'm afraid. This is Nolasco Z on course. This is the son of Naxel the 5th. Geoffrey Puck's ride from the Olympics in Paris. This was bred by Geoffrey Puck. Duarte Sabra turns back now to the home line. And they'll take the joker on at fence 10 and clear it well. So Duarte Sabra comes home, and it's the best score so far, 63 points for Duarte, with just that mistake coming at 2, so minus 2 points off the max of 65. And a good round just completed. Duarte Sabra comes home, and his total is going to be 63 points this morning here in the Accumulator. New starter, this pair were third earlier this week, and Mohamed Alshaqab gets on course. Kubelenski faces his new starter. The fall, I'm afraid, after the vertical. Mohamed Alshaqab goes out to the Accumulator, and early drama here. It's causing trouble. I don't think there's anything inherently difficult about it, whether, though, that line between 4 and 5 is on, I'm not certain, but Mohamed is okay. He's had a fall, but none the worse for the trip, I think. Mohamed Alshaqab looks a little bit sore as he exits the arena. We wish him a good recovery. Sadly, the tumble coming after the Doha Equestrian Tour vertical, fence number 4 for the Saudi Arabian. So discussion out there. That's the Egyptians on the left of your picture. There's nobody yet to get a 65 maximum. Maybe this man could be the one to do it. It is Harry Charles we welcome forward. Harry, who won the 4-star Grand Prix here back on Sunday with Casco Blue for their first Grand Prix win in their career together. And this is a Robinson for Harry. It's number 7. This gelding, he is 9 years of age, son of Di Cantero van der Hulsted, crosser Jensen van der Meulenhof for Harry Charles. Harry turns down to the opener. Wife Eve Jobsit, sister Sienna, and dad Peter. Harry Charles rattles a second, but it is all intact for him. Turns back to the green yellow oxer, right-handed turn. Back to fence number 5. Charles does take on the joker, but I'm afraid it doesn't come off quite for Harry, and it will be 25 points. Robinson takes the joker. That's expensive. It can be a risk or reward decision. Harry Charles takes it down, I'm afraid, and he'll drop right out of top spots. New starter, this is an Olympic combination from Paris on course Alshaqab. Karuna Yajai, Maxwin Kinmar Agalux is the new starter. Now this pair went very well in the 4-star Grand Prix. They were third, in fact, behind Harry Charles and Scott Brash, the British 1-2. The Thai pair have started very quickly and they're going well. They are still clear and ripping across the heart of the arena. Down now prior to the home turn and going very fast indeed. This is super. But they're not going to take the joker on, which is an interesting decision. It's a really surprising one because Alshaqab and Karuna Yajai went so quickly. I don't see the purpose particularly of going that fast. We're not going to take on the joker, but maybe there's a secret motive we don't know. But 55 points for the Olympian from Thailand. Opts not to take the joker at 10, so she'll finish on 55 points, but a quick round, and that will go into second place. The new starter, this man went well last night in the 6th bar. He was second. Chicano PS that was this morning. It is Chabrollo PS for Roberto Provenzali. Now the Italian gets away to a quick start. Comes out over that big oxer now. Quickly. Back to this home line. He'll surely take on the joker here and does jump it. Well, there's the maximum. 49.78 sets the speed this morning. Super round as ever from Roberto Provenzali. He's now had 6 podiums, with the podium last night as well in the 6th bar. And he goes out into first place in this accumulator this morning, last day of the second week of His Highness the Father Amir's prize here in Doha. 49.78 is the time to beat. Super round for him. But how long will it stay at the head of affairs? Because now this man, he's won 5 classes over the 5 days of competition here. He's been second twice as well. This was second last week. Emanuele Gaudiano, the leading rider at the show, gets on course for Italy. Emanuele with Equine America Ivanhoe GPH. New starter, this is 13 years of age, this stallion, out of the KWPS Stubbock. Now he does attempt this turn 4 to 5. Yes, and it's a tough one. He got the turn much better than anybody else, but a mistake comes. So still that turn is in doubt. Emanuele Gaudiano. Swings back to the home line, and he'll take the normal fence 10 rather than the joker. So he'll finish on 50 points with the disappointing mistake at 5. So that turn is looking really, hard to attain. It was the best we've seen around the turn. But just getting yourself balanced for it, not easy at all. And that was the mistake. Didn't try and remedy affairs with the normal fence 10 rather than the joker. But still Italy leading. Roberto Prevatali looks for his first win. There's the confirmation. Just the 165-point maximum so far in the accumulator first class of the final day of week 2. His Highness the Father Amir's prize. The next to come, this is Hassan Senturk, the new starter. And Hassan for Turkey on course. Diam's Bramble Z is number 12. Now to the start gates. Hassan Senturk going well out there. He swings homebound, gets a whistle from the sidelines to encourage him to speed up as he targets 49.78. He'll be outside. He'll jump the last fence well, but he'll go outside the time. 51.08 is the time for Hassan Senturk. Put him up into second place behind Roberto Prevatali, who leads the way as things stand here. Next to come, this former Abdul side right. It is the turn of Nasukali for Jordan. This is Figueras de Lorme jumping, self-Francais mare. She's 11 years of age. Nasukali gets on course. They turn down to 5, they'll go outside, though, the safer route, and they'll jump fence 5. I think they will get inside 4 to 5, but it's going to be not that easy. I'm afraid, and therefore they drop all those points. 40 points comes off if you knock it down, 20 points you gain if you jump it. So it's easy to know whether to take it on, but of course if you want to win you've got to have a crack at it. The new starter. We go now to Iran, and Advocacy first of his 2 rides underway. This is Kadeen B out on the course. This is the KWPN daughter of Berlin, Quattro, the dam site, 11 years of age, owned by Ali Faizi for Advocacy is the new starter. If you're just joining us, a very good morning. Last day of week 2 of His Highness the Father Amir's prize week. Roberto Prevatali has Jabrello PS out in first place, 49.78. The mistake comes at 4, I'm afraid. Advocacy, this is number 14 to start this morning. KBB comes down to the normal fence 10 rather than the joker. And jumps that. So it's 51 points for Advocacy. And fence 4 was the early mistake, and then jump the normal fence 10 rather than the joker. The new starter, Island, in the hands of Deirdre Riley, come forward. Deirdre with Derry Glen firepower this morning. This gelding again, same stud book as KDB we've just seen out of the KWPN stud book. At 12 years of age, son of Corland Carthago Z, the dam sire, Deirdre's own horse. Roberto Previtali having a very good couple of weeks here. But now 6 podiums and looking for his first win. Chevrolet PS is out in first place for Roberto, 49.78. The target time for Deirdre Riley. Good ride, cuts back to the Oxford 7. This light chestnut making good progress here. Neil Fearon had a good result last night, riding Derry Glen Obsidian for Deirdre. That was third in a big class behind Max Kuna, which was a very strong, his best result of the 2 weeks here in Doha. Deirdre Riley comes down now to the final fence. She won't take the joker. She'll take normal 10. 55 points, but a nice that's right, actually 65 points because she didn't jump the joker. 55 points that was. She jumped the normal 10 rather than the joker. 65.18 the time, and Deirdre Riley goes into 6th place. The new starter, we go to Qatar, and Mohammed Isa Al-Bukhari gets underway, number 16. Lisa Prina-F is the new starter. She's 10 years of age, this daughter of Cape Coral RBFZ, across the VDL Sheraton. This one owned by Alshaqab, our superb base here for the Doha Tour for 10 weeks. The span between the first week of January through to the start of April. This lovely grey turns back to the Oxa. They're going well here. 49.78 to beat Roberto Previtali. I don't think they can quite do that. And now they'll lose 8 points, I'm afraid, as the state of Qatar vertical falls. The Italian was already home as well. They'll come down to the joker. I'll take that down, off, hit it with the knees, really. Now plummet, I'm afraid, down to 17 points. Frustrating round from Mohammed Isa Al-Bukhari. 70 points, his total. New starter, we go to Brazil, and Santiago Lambra, number 17, gets on course. This is DBGI Diakitos on the course for him. DBGI Diakitos it is. They have the mistake, I'm afraid, of fence 3. Bungling early fences like my diction. Santiago Lambra down now to the green-yellow oxer. Jumps that well. Keeps up a pretty quick pace regardless. Brazilian lowers the final fence as well at 10, so he'll be minus the 10 there, and the early mistake as well. 42 points it was. That is Brazil, Santiago Lambra home. DBGI Diaquitos comes home. Disappointing round for them in the Accumulator this morning here at Alshaqab. The new starter, this is for Qatar, number 18, and the home nation bring 14 forward to battle this morning, forgive me. We will clear things up. And this is Ibrahim Khalid Al-Kuwari jumping, number 18, Carte Blanche is on course. And this 16-year-old daughter of Kato Gran. Oh, that tough turn, they attempt and they don't get it either. Very hard to jump that. Well, I don't think anybody's jumped that inside line, have jumped it as well. They've not had refusals, but I think Manuel Galeano the best of them, and he had the fence down. Maybe that's a missed one. But to my knowledge, that line has not jumped well at all. Carte Blanche travels now homebound. Joker as well, so they're going to slap right down to 12 points, I'm afraid. And disappointing for Ibrahim Khalid Al-Kuwari, and the lovely grey mare. Carte Blanche comes home, and 12 is the Qatari total. New starter, we go to Egypt, and Ahmed Ala Ragab is number 19. This is the Westphalian gelding. Dayton 25 is on the course, 11-year-old son of Dantos Indoctro, the dam sire. Egypt have had 2 good wins this week. Ismail Osama El Borai with both those wins with incredible Z, but he got in trouble this morning. Data sensibly goes outside of that island. Blue-white oxer where the inside line is possible, does not take that. Avoids the sirens on the rocks there, which I think is calling you into danger. Dayton now across the shadow line, mid-arena in this Longines outside arena here at Alshaqab. Now turns down to the state of Qatar vertical. Going well here, but again, Roberto Provitali was home now, so shows how quick the Italian was. He bids for his first win on the Doha Tour. They take on the Joker, but I'm afraid they knock it down. Drop down to 25 points. Ahmed Ala Ragab, data 25 home for Egypt. Combination number 19 completes. The new starter, we go to Egypt, and Youssef Nassar comes forward. Youssef aboard Magic H, this the Dutch mare. She's 9 years of age, daughter of HAMAD, getting started. mistake, I'm afraid, does come at the Doha Equestrian Tour. Vertical. Fence 4, they rattle 5, but that stays, thankfully. But that big ox, I'm afraid, does not stay in the cups. Fence 7 is on the sand here. And Alshaqab. And it's the hand that goes up. That is the retirement sign to our grand jury, I'm afraid. Yusuf Nassar retires Magic Cage from the Accumulator. Number 20. Go back to the stables, I'm afraid. The next to come, we stay with Egypt, 3 on the bounce for the Egyptians, and Salim Gaffar, the next to come. This is J-Star van Barilhof, number 21. This one out of the Belgian Warm Blood stud book. This gelding is the grand old age of 17 years of age. What Treasure said is, I think the dam sire here rather than the sire. This big grey is the next to come and attempt this demanding test of Bernardo Costa Cabral. But no, tough start, I'm afraid, for the Egyptian combination. They are eliminated. This combination number 20 out of the Accumulator. But Roberto Provenzali has got nicely. The moment 49.78 is the target time of Roberto. He's had 6 podiums in the 5 days completed here. In the 2 weeks of His Highness the Father Amir's prize, Roberto Provenzali and Emanuele Gaudiano are in very good form. Well, a beautiful morning once again here in Doha. The weather's been perfect. It's been mid-20s. It's been really perfect weather. Not humid either. It's been really, really enjoyable conditions. And the next to come, we welcome Nas Al Ghazali. It will be. This is the home pair for Qatar. Qatar bringing 14 into this Accumulator. Egypt with the biggest number, 20. Italy with 8. Saudi Arabia and Britain with 4 each. And this Heaven's Light Age for Nasser Al Ghazali. This mare, produced essentially by Giulia Martinengo Marquette, the Italian, will be the next to start. Heaven's Light Age, she's Holstein, she's 11 years of age. Daughter of Stanford, the 4th cross to San Patriano Corrado getting underway. Light Age stands way off that ox up at 7. Jumps a big jump out over that one from a long takeoff point. She's a little mare, but boy, she's an awesome operator. That's how Ghazali turns her homebound now. They will take on the Joker. They're going to jump. Oh no, what a shame. Met it well in terms of takeoff points, but the Joker goes. They'll plummet down to 25 points. Good effort from them, but out of luck, I'm afraid, at the big Joker. The next jump, one of the great characters here on the Doha tour. He's a regular here and he's a flamboyant character, and he can be very quick as well. Shadi Ashraf Hassan is on course for Egypt. This is Magic City jumping. The stallion, 9 years of age. They take this Doha Equestrian tour vertical. This line is very hard. They're all attempting it and it's not riding well at all. They're either knocking fence 4, anticipating the turn. They're arriving at 5. Unbalanced and on too tight an angle to refuse at it, or they're a bit better balanced to 5 and knock it down. It's laden with trouble. They're all still attempting it. They're not learning from one another. Magic City has that mistake. Hassan, however, he jumps the Joker, so remedies some of the damage that is afflicted on his scorecard at fence 4. He's minus the 4 points only off his total. It's going to be 61 points for Shadi Ashraf Hassan and Magic City. Just a bit of the chest ungelding owned by the Armed Forces Equestrian Club. In fact, a stallion, Magic City. 61 for Shadi Ashraf Hassan. The new starter, we go to France, and Ines Jolie comes forward. Quite quiet form so far, start of 2026 here in Doha for Ines. We're hoping for a big final day from her. This is Equestrian, the new starter, self-Francais mare. She's 8 years of age, daughter of Augrand Deschamps, crossed to Cassel. Is owned by the Jolie horses. Jolie gets underway. Got a nice team of horses here. Come on, Zed. This horse, they're all of a type actually. They're quite small, they're powerfully built, they're compact. And they've got a lot of jump man is Ines Jolie's type. They take the Ox's front bar at 3, I'm afraid. Ines sensibly goes outside. Back to this green-yellow Ox on the far side. Alshaqab and Daubigny comes down now to the Ox mid-course. Jumps that one well. Ines Jolie homebound. And she'll take the normal fence 10 rather than the Joker. So just the one mistake out of the course, 52 points for Ines Jolie. Not a bad round for the French rider. She'll go to 8th place with Ituka and Daubigny here on the final day of week 2 of the His Highness the Father Amir's Prize. For next to come, riding in the electric blue jacket of the Wathland stud here in Doha, that were a racing team, the Wathland team. They branched out into show jumping. I think about a year and a half they've been in show jumping now. Juan Carlos Garcia gets on course. This number 25 for the veteran from Italy, and his ride, Oliver Twist van der Berghoven gets away. Belgian warm blood gelding, 12 years of age, son of Nabab de Rev, crossed to Cassini the first on course. This was owned by Fanoun Al-Humaidan for Juan Carlos Garcia. Carlos Garcia makes a good start. He cuts back to the Oxford 7, quite a sharp angle. Italy lead the way here. Roberto Provitali out in first place. 49.78 is the best time with maximum points. Juan Carlos Garcia already well over Roberto Provitali's time. He will knock the Joker down, I'm afraid, so he'll plummet down on 25 points. That risk-reward balance, I'm afraid, goes the wrong way, and 25 points it is for the Italian Juan Carlos Garcia for the Wathman team. The new starter, this man's had a good few days with a lot of top placings, and the four-time Olympian Ibrahim Bishrat into the frame for Jordan. This is Rajid Musa, the new starter. Ibrahim, several decades now as a show jumper at the highest level. Comes down to the right distance, 3 down to 4. And well down through there. Rajid Musa turns back now to the end of the course. It's a good round, but boy, just how quick Roberto Provitali was, because he was 10 seconds quicker. But Ibrahim Bishrat has a maximum total of 65 points. Well done to him. He'll go third. 59.7 seconds was the time for Jordan, and third place for Ibrahim Bishrat in the Accumulator. Reminding the podium, it is Roberto Provitali leading, 49.78. He's well out in front. Hasan Şentürk for Turkey is second, and Ibrahim Bishrat just goes into third place. Italy, Turkey. Jordan is our current podium. The new starter, we go now to Egypt, and Youssef Saad El-Hamadi comes forward, number 26. And this is Kubarei, this mare, she's 9 years of age. Owned by South Eldin. SM Abbas is the next one to come. So just for your reference, Roberto Provitali just finished now. Just shows how quick he was. Kubarei, Youssef Saad El-Hamadi has a mistake, I'm afraid, adds fence 9, so they're -9 points and -40. So it's a tough last two fences for them as they plummet down 16 points in the Accumulator. Well, a very good morning to you, everybody, wherever you're tuned in to from worldwide. To us here in Doha for the final day of week 2 of His Highness the Father Amir's Prize. Wonderful to have your company. 4 class we bring you today. This the opener, the Accumulator at 3-star level, then the 5-star 2-phase class, and then 2 Grand Prix, the 3-star Grand Prix and the 5-star Grand Prix will be our menu for you today. New starter. Serene Sharif gets on course. This is Triple T Calamando Blue on course for number 27. Serene Sharif for France, Triple C Calamando Blue, off to a good start. This is not slow either. Roberta Previtali should just be okay, but Serene Sharif's jumped a very good round. She'll come down to the Joker, and we'll jump that as well. Jumps it well. Good round from Serene Sharif as she crosses the finish line. Third place for Triple T Calamando Blue. Serene Sharif jumps home very well. It's combination number 27. The next to come, this man had a superb win yesterday. He's had quite a quiet few weeks, but then ignited last night for the win. That was with EIC Quantum Robin, the fifth. He also had a good placing, second last week's big class on day 2. Max Kühne is the new starter for Austria. And his ride, Kurt DZ, this very nice bay. 9-year-old Kentucky Vanta Reutershoff, Com Il Fo's son. That is co-owned by MK Sportfeder, Max Kühne Sportfeder, and Angela Schönbrunn for Max. Gets off to a good start. That's on this track at Bernardo Costa Capro. Max Kühne will be down on Roberto Previtali, however, as he jumps the last fence. Is a maximum for the Austrian. 65 points it will be for Max Kühne. He'll go up into 4th place with a good round this morning in the Accumulator. The next to come, this lady had a very good effort yesterday in the second 5-star class, to be more accurate. That was just 0.11 down on Max Kühne for 2nd place. It was a really good round. Selagon Qashqai's for Jana Friederike Mead-Zimmermann, that was, and also Jana won the first 4-star class last week with My Lady La Vista. Her ride this morning in the Accumulator is fantastic for Jana Friederike Mead-Zimmermann, the new starter. Now this horse, Mecklenburg Studbook, and 9 years of age, son of Van Halen Z, crossing Conthagos for Jana. Very attractive, big jumper he is. Big powerful horse, certainly. Jana turns across the stadium. It's a nice round, but again, just shows how quick Roberto Previtali was, because well down on the Italian. And Friederike Mead-Zimmermann comes home. 58.85 is the German time. We're good enough for 5th place with a maximum points haul for Jana Friederike Mead-Zimmermann out on the course. The next to come, we go to Qatar and number 30. Ghanem Nasser Al-Khadi is the new starter. Now, this is a very nice horse. It is Martina Lynn van Het Netterhoff, the next to jump. Martina Lynn, Little Mare, gets off to a very nice start as they go down. Good effort, didn't jump the joker, they jumped the normal fence at the last fence to come home, but good enough round. Gashna Nasser Al-Khadi comes home with 55 points out on the course of Banana Costa Cabral this morning here in Doha. This the leaderboard. Roberto Provitali's got a good grip on the class, 49.78 as he bids for his first win on the Doha Tour. Not impossible, certainly. The new starter, number 31, will be out of the gates in just a moment. It is a turn now of Abdallah Haytham for Egypt. Here else, the new starter. Egypt with two good wins this week. Ismail Osama El Barai won both yesterday morning and the first morning as well. Both those wins with Incredible Z, the mare that started this accumulator earlier. Got into trouble, attempting that very hard turn. Back between 4 and 5. In fact, it will be Sultan Salam Al Naimi we welcome. This for Qatar, number 32, jumping. Energika Dene is on the course. This, the Self-Francais mare, she's 12. Daughter, a quick start across to Tortouche Dabani, the new one out of the start gates. They take the Doha Equestrian Tour vertical. Fence 4 goes down. Gray makes a good turn to set up for the boxer. Rasmus, I'm afraid, does go down. And the Joker as well. Not a good round for them, I'm afraid. They are in some trouble. Tough round there for Qatar, just completed out on the course. It's easy in these accumulators, things can get out of your hand pretty quickly. And it's number 32 just completed. little bit of confusion. Apologies for the transmission delay as to the identification of this combination. The last one we think actually was the pair for Egypt, and this I think is Sultan Salam Al Naimi in fact. And the last one was Abdullah Haytham. Yeah, that is Sultan Salam Al Naimi crossing the line. Energy Kidane comes home, but it is 21 points for them. The new starter, we go to Qatar's Mohamed Abdullah Juma, number 33, about to get underway. Wathnan Lord Toulon is the next to jump. It's the Dutch gelding at the KWPN Studbook that is 10 years of age. This is the son of Etulon Joquenau de Bourneval, as owned by the Wathnan stud, the new starter. Just coming down between 3 and 4, this big chestnut. So just remind ourselves, Roberto Provatali leads the way. Chabrol PS 49.78. They take the State of Qatar vertical fence 8, I'm afraid, in an otherwise good round. There will be 47 points for the Qatari combination. Mohamed Abdullah Juma, Wathnan Lord Toulon come home, and their total is 47 points in the accumulator. Roberto Provatali looks for his first win of the days here on His Highness the Father Amir's prize, and not looking that easy to beat him at the moment. They're trying, but they're not getting ahead of him. It's a very hard course. The 45 cut line is difficult if you want to attempt it. It's easy to get into trouble there. The new starter, welcome to Anastasia Bondaryeva for Ukraine. Number 34 gets away. Fedor Van Het Mursov for Anastasia. Jumped a very good 5-star round with Caldy yesterday. Great clear for Anastasia. Fedor Van Het Mursov down now to 3, the ox up. And 4 as well. Anastasia will go the wider line sensibly. Down to 5, the green-yellow ox up. Now back to this big oxer, middle of the park at 7. It's still clear and comes on well down to the State of Qatar vertical. Anastasia Bondaryeva, home turn here. Deep into the penultimate, sadly, and they take that one down, but then they set up for the joke up. They take that as well, but okay. Not a bad round for Anastasia Bondaryeva. Last defense is falling. Will be 16 points for the young Ukrainian with Fedor Van Het Mursov, Quickstar's son, out on the course of Mário Costa Capra, our Portuguese designer. The next to come, Abdurrahman Al-Raji getting underway. And actually had a tack failure prior to the start, lost his stirrup, took the other stirrup off, so actually without stirrups, to the best of my eye, and this is Lorenzo ES on the course for the Saudi Arabian Olympian. Comes out the Oxford 3. Jumps so well, and 4 as well, no problem. This, of course, not easy with no stirrups at all. Rahman Al-Raji, 13th in the Olympic Games in Paris. Comes out over the back of the ox. It's a good effort, bearing in mind he is without stirrups. Come down to the final fence, and sadly, he has the fall there, and yeah, got a feel for Abdurrahman Al-Raji. Brave effort it was, but unbalanced out over the penultimate. He's okay. Well done to him for the attempt. Losing the stirrups. Not easy at all, but the fall comes and it's elimination. Great effort from Abdurrahman Al-Raji in any case. He's okay, as Lorenzo DS, but they are eliminated. A good effort for riding without stirrups. The leaderboard is unchanged. It is Roberto Provatali out in first place as we come towards the halfway interval. 49.78 still leading by a good way. 51.08, a second and a quarter or so behind is Hassan Senturk for Turkey. Diam Brambozed and Serene Sharif is third. For France, Triple T, Calamando Blue. 2 more to come before the halfway break, ladies and gentlemen, and the new starter, Fahad Yassim Al-Thani for Lily Hassan comes ahead of him. It's number 36 for Egypt on course. This is Dimi van der Helle. The stallion, 8 years of age, owned by the Armed Forces Equestrian Club for Lily Hassan. The new one out on the course, Bernardo Costa Cabral. Just to recount that Roberto Provatali, he's had 5 podiums, but no win so far these 2 weeks here in Doha. Emanuele Gaudiano's won 5, so they're based together actually at Bedizzoli in Brescia in the north of Italy, as Roberto tries to get a win over his stablemates after Emanuele Gaudiano's dominance here on His Highness the Father Amir's prize. Lily Hassan takes the last 2 fences, and she'll go down 16 points, I'm afraid, with the mistakes coming at 9 and then the joker as well. Just remind you, the programme for this final day of week 2 will have the 5-star opening class today, the special 2-phase world ranking class starting at 12:15 p.m. in 2 hours' time. The 3-star Grand Prix will be at 2:15 p.m. and the 5-star Grand Prix at 5:45 p.m. The last of the first half gets underway. This Fahad Yassim Al-Thani, Christian's Corrado is number 37. This gelding, son of Christian, Columbus the dam sire. Fahad turns back to the green-yellow ox fence. 5 on the 5. 5 strides then down to 6, the vertical, the Liverpool. It's been a good round as he turns back into the home line. But gets it wrong in the joker, I'm afraid. He'll drop down to 25 points. Fahad Yassim Al-Thani will go 23rd in the accumulator here. As we come to the halfway point, it is Roberto Previtali out in first place. 5 podiums. In fact, no, with last night's 6 bars, 6 podiums for Roberto. Forgive me, 6 podiums. And he bids for his first win with Charbello PS. He's out in front. And 49.78 is the time they all chase. From myself, Ed Holloway, ladies and gentlemen, it's our break. We'll see you back in 7 minutes for the second half of the Accumulator first class of the final day of week 2. His Highness the Father Amir's Price.
wanna know the truth. Do or die. Is it me or is it you? Is it you? You can say I haven't tried to cross this great divide. Your feelings come and go, but I still love you so. There is nothing I won't do to make this dream come true. Darling, you can walk away, but I'll keep coming back to you. coming back to
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of the Accumulator 3-star opener today. Final day of the second week. His Highness the Father Amir's prize. And we restart with Egypt. It is Ali Osama Abdul Ghani to get us back into action. Obama van der Kwachtenheuvel is his stallion. This was 12 years of age. Horse that Ali Osama owns himself. Restarts the action. Roberto Prevezzali leads into the halfway break. Chabrolli Pièce's quick time, 49.78, with a maximum points of 65 to lead the way in the Accumulator as he looks for his first win. The Egyptian challenge, I'm afraid, falters, fence 7. Will be minus the 7 points. This is quick, actually, from Ali Osama Abdul Ghani. He'll take on the Joker. Knocks it down, though, I'm afraid. He'll drop down to 18 points. The second to come after the interval. We go to Qatar, now the home nation, and one of their 14 starters in this accumulator, Salman Mohammed Al-Amadi, comes forward. This is number 39 to jump this morning. This is stallion Jimondi van Ekogem Z, 11-year-old stallion, son of Gemini Diamondisemi, the dam sire, owned by the ESM Equestrian company. Roberto Prevatali leads Hassan Senturk, and Serene Sharif is our 1, 2, 3 here in this first class of the final day of week 2. Leicester trying the cut between 4 and 5. It's a really hard line. We've seen refusals at 5 because of that inside line, not easy at all. They take the wider, more expensive in terms of seconds line, but much safer one. Salman Mohammed Al-Amadi turns now homebound. It's a good round, and he's still on cue for maximum points here. He jumps the joker, jumps it well, and it's pretty fast as well. 387 is the time, and he'll go into 4th place with maximum points ahead of Max Kuna. It's a very good round that he achieves, and well done into 4th place. He goes into. Just to recap, at the moment we have 7 that have got maximum points. We've jumped now 39 combinations. The new starter, Mohammed Al-Assaka, comes forward. Mohammed was 3rd in the first class this week in the 3-star opener. This, the big grey Westphalian Cassiano II, gets on course. 15-year-old son of Clearway, called the second, the dam side that Mohammed owns himself. They hit fence 3, the Oxer, front bar goes, so they'll have -3 points off their total. Lovely weather again today. It's going to be mid-20s this afternoon. Probably in the high teens now, if not maybe even 20 degrees or so. It's a very nice morning. Mohammed Al-Assaka, just the one error so far down the final line with this big grey. Slightly funny approach to that penultimate, was a little bit angled. And again, not an ideal approach, I don't think, down to the joker either. And the last 2 fences falling, I'm afraid. Difficult final line for the Saudi Arabian. And 13 will be the total for Cassiano II at the end of the accumulator. Disappointing final line for Mohammed Al-Assaka and Cassiano II. The next pair to come. This pair went well yesterday in the opening 3-star 2-phase competition. That was 3rd in behind Ismail Osam El Bourai and Ibrahim Hani Bisharat. Welcome Khalid Al Hadi. This is the great veteran Capoen, the new starter. This horse 20 years of age, and the great veteran gets up and running. Could this be one to chase Roberto Prevatali? They'll attempt this difficult cut line between 4 and 5 and get it beautifully. Jumped that really well, proved it is very jumpable. Actually, best we've seen down that line. Now, the Saudi charge is on here. This is fast from Capoen and Khalid Al Hadi. 14 seconds now to get ahead of Roberto Prevatali, and maybe this is going into 1st place. If he can jump the joker, he is ahead here. Capoen, oh yeah, jumps the final fence, and we have a new leader. What a good round that is. 48-34. Max points, and Roberto Prevatali will be denied his win. It's a very good round, and into 1st place goes Saudi Arabia's Khalid Al Hadi and 20-year-old Capoen jumping superbly. Does jump the last fence, and confidence certainly restoring for the Italian combination. 58.13 for them, and a 7th place they go into with a good round in this morning's Accumulator. First class of the final day here, week 2, His Highness the Father Amir's Prize. Tough round for the combinations completing. They drop onto 18 points. Disappointing round for Farzad Al-Qahtani in the Accumulator. The new starter, number 45, we welcome Egypt's Mustafa El Hussein Aissa. Gets away. Now, they get away well enough here. Clint Zed is on the track, 9-year-old stallion. That is Mustafa's own horse. But the front bar goes at 5. It's been quite quiet, that obstacle, for a while. 5 and 6 go. I don't think many have hit fence 6 at Liverpool. Has had little effect on the outcome of affairs this morning on the far side of this Longines Arena. State comes to the penultimate as well. They're not going to take on the Joker, realising their chances have evaporated. But it is going to be 35 points for Mustafa El Hussein Aissa coming home, and that is Clint Zed just finished for Egypt. So Khalid Al Hadi, 48.34 is the leading time. Has gone ahead of Roberto Prevetali, who looks for his 7th podium this morning. In really good form, the Italian. Still, he looks for his first win, of course, more importantly, but denied by Khalid Al Hadi and Capoen out in front. The new starter, we go to Egypt now, number 46 to come. And Noor Hazem is the new one. It is Nixon. This horse, 8 years of age, owned by the Armed Forces Equestrian Club. The new starter. Noor Hazem turns back pretty tight into the base of 2, jumps it well. Left-handed jink into 3 to 4, the 4-stride distance. Oxford to vertical, they rattle the top of that Doha Equestrian Tour vertical, it stays. Still, thankfully, they get very deep into the base of 5, just get out over the green-yellow Oxford. Good enough round here from Noor Hazem. They won't get ahead of Khalid Al Hadi. 48.34, the time that sits on top of the Accumulator. But it's a good round here for the Egyptian pair, and they can jump the Joker to cross the finish line well. 56.63, well done. Noor Hazem and Nixon go up into 7th place this morning here at Alshaqab. Podium, Khalid Al Hadi, Capoen, the 20-year-old leads the way. The son of Converter, 48.34, Roberto Prevetali second. Chevrolet PS for Italy, and Hassan Senturk 3rd for Turkey. But now this man, he won a very good class yesterday, the 3-star world ranking class, went to Philip Weishaupt and Corraldo. And Philip Weishaupt gets away again. This is Aberdeen Z. This gelding, young son of Agnes Dusenia at 8 years of age. Gets away, Philip, to a quick start here. Aberdeen will go outside though, back to 5, but it's pretty brisk here from Philip. Aberdeen chasing 48.34, 10 seconds now. I don't think can quite get home ahead of Khalid Al Hadi, but it's a good round here. Philip Weishaupt turns into the final line. It will come down to the Joker, will not be too far away. Outside, but it's a good quick round. Philip Weishaupt and Aberdeen Z, young son of Agnes Dusenia, Christian Almond's top stallion. And the German will go into 5th place, having a good few days here with us on His Highness the Father Amir's Prize, 2nd week. The new starters, the youngest here over the weeks, Adam Tamer Hamouda, is just 19 years of age. Same age as Anastasia Nielsen, but he's a little bit younger, Adam. And this rider for Egypt, it is Denver 260 on the course. This son of Don Diarado and a variant gelding. Venus Star is the dam side, but the only mistake, I'm afraid, comes at 2 for Adam Tamer Hamouda. Go outside, but a good economical turn back to 5. Adam Tamer Hamouda turns back to the Joker. And he knocks it down, I'm afraid. It's a shame. Frustrating rail for Adam Tamer Hamouda out on the course. As the Joker falls down as well. 23 points for the young Egyptian. And Denver comes home. The new starter, this lady's had a pretty good few weeks with us because she was second last week on day 2 in the first class. And Haya Osama El Barai comes forward, number 50. This is Kadoki. The next out of the start gates. Kadoki, Dutch mare, she's 11. Daughter of Calvino Z, gets out of the starts nicely. If you're just joining us, a very good morning to you. We're an hour and 40 minutes into the Accumulator. This is the first class of the final day of week 2. His Highness the Father Amir's prize 4 classes we bring you today. The 5-star special 2-phase class coming after this one. That'll be starting at 12:15 p.m. And 2 Grand Prix, the 3-star starting at 2:15 p.m. and the 5-star Grand Prix at 5:45 p.m. here local time in Doha. What a shame. Good effort from Haya, but the last fence goes for Kadoki. They take the Joker, I'm afraid, and that will be then down to 25 points. Plus 20 if you jump it, minus 40 if you knock it down. The new starter, we go to Ireland, and Neil Fearon had a very good world ranking class, the jump-off class last night. He was third in behind Max Kuna and Jan-Frederik Ahmed Zimmerman, and Neil Fearon on course for Ireland. This is number 51 jumping. Belgian stallion, son of Kafka van der Heffink. One of the foundation stallions of the Derry Glen stud in Ireland. That Neil runs with Deirdre Riley. They take the back, I'm afraid, of fence number 3. Neil Fearon now turns back to the last 3 fences. Neil Fearon down to the Joker, and he jumps in well. Just early mistake, I'm afraid, defends 3 in an otherwise good round. 65 points would have been his. He minuses the 3 for the error at 3. Neil Fearon goes into 13th place with 62 points with a good round just completed. The new starter, we go to Egypt. It's number 52 to jump. Amir El Zaini comes forward. This is Wilson on course. It's the superbly bred 9-year-old gelding. Clock blue across the cruise, and they've been in a little bit of erratic form this week, to be absolutely honest. So hoping here for a good secure round. This horse that Amir co-owns with Hannah Mazin Bishuti. Wilson clears out over 5 and doesn't have some good enough starts. But again, Wilson's form not quite there. This big bay breaks to 1 of 5. Sad to see. And I'm afraid it's elimination. Amir El Zaini's luck is not improving. Needs to go back to the drawing board with Wilson, regroup at home, and then get back into the swing of things in this season. Tough start for the Egyptians their year, and it's elimination, I'm afraid, for Amir El Zaini, and Wilson, number 52, are out. The new starter a week ago, this man won the 2-star Grand Prix. Great Britain's Oliver Fletcher comes forward down with KASS 42. And Oliver is the new starter. Now this for Great Britain. Baloo's boy Terma GZ. This gelding, he is a young one at 7 years of age only. Son of Baloo de Roy across the Vink Guidam for Oliver. It's number 53, the new starter. The position still 48-34. Saudi Arabia out in first place with that super round from Capoen. The ride of Khalid Al Hadi. Roberto Prevatani second. Hassan Senturk in third. Oliver Fletcher not going to go off in pursuit of the win on this young horse, understandably. But he looks like a very nice one indeed. Baloo's boy Terma GZ. Cuts back to the Oxford central course for Bernardo Costa Cabral. Mistake comes late for Oliver Fletcher, I'm afraid. Jumping in the 6th spot last night, being Pocahontas was looking good, then pulled up, so hopefully that's his ride for the 5-star Grand Prix later, as he looks for his second win in the Grand Prix here on the Doha Tour in 2 weeks. We wait and see if 6 points it was for Oliver Fletcher out on the course in the Accumulator. The next to go, this lady has celebrated 2 wins and a second place over the 2 weeks here. 5-star win yesterday with Quick Diamond HR was a very good one. And a world rank class win day 2 last week as well for Millie, and was second in the 2-star Grand Prix behind Oliver. Millie Allen on course for Great Britain. Number 54 gets started on Damienko de Gerval. This one 9 years of age, so Diamond semi for Millie Allen. Getting away. Millie Allen turns back to the Oxa. It's been a nice round. No attempts to win it, but very nice round just completed. Millie Allen has a maximum. And at 9th place for the Brit, 57.64 was a time for Damienko de Gerval, owned by Cara Cox Horses, where Millie Allen works in Belgium. We go to number 55 now. This is Saif Eldin Essam Abbas for Egypt and Lexus van der Laren Zed. This gelding, he is 11, son of the Diamond Horticross Bamako de Musa. And this was owned by the Bell Equestrian Fund for Saif Eldin Essam Abbas, the new one on course. So here we go. He'll attempt this hard turn back between 4 and 5 and knocks it down. It has proved jumpable. The leaders jumps it very easily, Khalid Al Hadi, but most of the others have struggled to either avoid a refusal of 5 or to clear it without a knockdown. Has not been easy at all. The last fence also goes. That will be the joker down, and he'll drop down to a score of 20 after a tough round in the accumulator for the combination just completing.
20 points left.
The new starter, number 56, is on course. This the big grey Chaseldi Hassan Hesham Farag for Egypt. We stay with the Egyptians. 3 in a row for them. And this 16-year-old son of Chaco Blue cross to Griseldi El. Chaseldi gets well away and boldly out over the back of 5. Sony jumps a good round until that point, just getting a little bit deep into the base of the penultimate oxa, and they knock it down, I'm afraid, and the joker also will fall. So they'll minus the 40 points plus the mistake at 9. So minus 49 points, and it's going to be 16 the total. Hassan Hesham Farag comes home for Egypt, and 16 points is his total. The new starter, we stay with Egypt, and Al Waziri, number 57, gets away. This 11-year-old stallion, Milo Conrad on course. Now down between 3 and 4 nicely. They're going to go outside, but fairly quickly outside. Al-Waziri turns back to the vertical state of Qatar fence prior to the home turn. The joker goes, I'm afraid, for Al Waziri, and the penultimate as well, and it's the same score, it's 16 again. The second in succession for Egypt. Milo Conrad comes home. Al Waziri will have 16 penalties. The new starter, we go to Italy. Mohamed Anas Al-Jarjar brings car driver R to the start. This is the Anglo-European son of Andiamo, cross to Jodocus for Mohamed. This is his own horse. Car driver, I'm afraid, out of luck at the Oxa, middle of the park here. They have a refusal there. Jump at a second time of asking. Car driver comes down to the final fence, the Joker. They do jump there, so they repair some damage. Certainly, that'll be 56 points with the trouble of 7 in an otherwise okay round. 56 for Mohamed Anas Al-Jarjar. Car driver R comes home, and they will go into 18th place as things stand. Well, still, Saudi Arabia lead the way here, and a good round for Capo N, 48.34 for Khalid Al-Hadi out in first place, Roberto Prevatali second, and Hassan Senturk are top 3. The new starter, we go to Egypt, back end of the Accumulator. This is number 60 to start. About 15 more to come. We welcome this little galloping, rambling loon, 9-year-old mare. Mustafa Said is in the saddle. Number 60 gets on course. Out over the top of the vertical at 2, makes a nice smooth run into 3 and 4. Rambling loon down between 5 and 6. Still going on very well here. This pair were here last year with us on the Doha Tour. They were 3rd in one of our classes as well. Jumped a very good round and a quick one as well. Rambling loon down to the Joker. Ah, what a shame. Just a light touch in front to knock it down. It's a shame. It was unlucky. Because 52.11 was a good effort. They were going to go into 5th place. Just headed for the vice out, but the last fence goes down. Mustafa Said has 25 points with Rambling Loon with the Joker. The error at the final fence. The new starter, this man with a pair of wins with Incredible Z this week. 2 3-star wins, looking for his 3rd win. And Ismail Sam El Barai gets on course. This is Gin Lady Tivoli Z. This man was also well placed last week in a class as well. Gin Tivoli gets off to a good start here. Ismail Sam El Barai quickly out over the Oxa. mid-course, and this is fast indeed. 48.34 is going to be beatable here for the Egyptian. He comes down to the last fence. If he can clear it, he'll be ahead. Oh, what a shame. Knocks it down because the time was quicker. Well, quicker. 2 seconds in excess clear of the leading time, but the last fence falls, I'm afraid, and he plummets down to 25 points. Great effort. He was bidding for his third win of the days here on His Highness the Father Amir's prize, week 2. The last fence goes, I'm afraid, down to 30th place. From first goes the Egyptian combination. The new starter, Paris Olympian and former top-class eventer, Duarte Seabra gets away. Duarte well placed last night, third in the 6 bar by Mega Massoni and Roberto Prevatali. And Duarte is aboard Amy Blue AW, number 62 on course. This mare, Oldenburg, a Bloodline Action Blue's daughter, that he coins with the Netipus Tourism Company. Amy Blue off to a lovely start here, lightweight, athletic mare, jumping very well with Duarte. It's fairly fast as well here. Don't think quite going to be ahead of Khalid Al Hadi, but it's a good round here. Duarte Seabra turns homebound here. And Amy Blue AW jumps a very nice round for Duarte Seabra. It's maximum point 65 for him, and Amy Blue's time 53.18. It's down on the leading time by 5 seconds, but it's into 6th place for the rider for Portugal, number 62. Duarte Seabra goes into 5th place. Well done to him. Some very quick ones to come. Back end of this class, Roberto Prevatali still with a rider, Manuela Gaudiano still with a ride as well. As these two Italians lock horns again. Manuela with 5 wins and 2 seconds. Roberto Prevatali with 6 podiums. And maybe a 7th podium up in 2nd place as things stand. So the new starter, this is where the competition's really at, because these two to come back-to-back are live threats for the win. Roberto Prevatali gets away. This is D'Alessandro Blue on course, number 64, jumping. Capo and leads Khalid Al Hadi, 48.34, and D'Alessandro Blue down now between 3 and 4. Roberto takes the vertical, I'm afraid. Fence 4 goes again. Prevatali down on the near side of the Longines Arena. He'll turn homebound now with 2 to go. Well, not quite the round he wanted, of course, with that early mistake of 4. Took the sting out of the Italian. That was the only error. Out of the track, they do dump the joke up. 61 points for Roberto Prevatali and D'Alessandro Blue completing 61 the Italian total. Still Roberto sits up in 2nd place, having a very good few classes here. 2nd last night and 2nd against Amir. This morning he's certainly a man in great form. But as is this man, the next to come. 5 wins, 2 seconds. And we welcome Emanuele Gaudiano to the start. The Rouge Blue Pièce gets on course for Emanuele. This pair winners of the 3-star 142 phase class on this week's first day. Now, Emanuele Gaudiano is quickly away. He'll go outside to fight, but is very fast down that wider line. The Rouge Blue Pièce is flying here. 48.34 his target time, and Emanuele Gaudiano is on gas here. 15 seconds now to come home for a 6th win. Now he'll turn homebound. If he can jump the Joker, he's won this class, probably. Emanuele Gaudiano does jump the last fence, and yet 2.21 seconds quicker. 6 wins are now in the offing. 46.13 is the leading time. And Emanuele Gaudiano eyes up his 6th win at His Highness the Father Amir's prize. Week 2 of the Doha Equestrian Tour, and Italy leads the way again. Emanuele Gaudiano sits in charge of his 6th win. The new starter, we go to Hassan Senturk. Hassan aboard Alsace gets underway. Alsace is fast away here. Hassan Senturk trying to beat Emanuele Gaudiano, 46.13, and he's not a million miles away here. Hassan Senturk turns homebound. This is close here. Hassan Senturk at the last fence will be just outside. Good round. 0.66 down. Things are changing at the top, certainly. The mistake did come. It's 56 points, I'm afraid. .46.79. Yeah, that is an error. Yeah, I was thinking fence 9 doesn't look to be down, and it's not. Apologies, that was an error on the scoreboard. It was a maximum points, and Hassan Senturk goes up into 2nd. And suddenly, Khalid Al-Hadi's down to 3rd. He's got 2 ahead of him. Hassan Senturk lies up in 2nd and 5th for the rider for Turkey. Emanuele Gaudiano out in 1st place. The new starter, we go to Iraq's Omar Al-Wasiti Hassoun on course. Non-stop SRLZ is jumping. This mare, she's 8 years of age, daughter of Nesta de Mariposa, owned by Mohammed Shabab, Abu Shabab for this rider for Iraq. Omar Al-Wasiti Hassoun jumps a lot of good rounds this week, I must say. Jumped a very good clear yesterday. He's been in good form. Comes down to the final fence, and he knocks it down, I'm afraid. Minus the 40 points off the card is 25. Unlucky, it was a good round until the last fence fell. That's on the course. The new starter, ladies and gentlemen, Nasu Kiali gets on course number 69 for Jordan. This is a very nice Swedish warm blood gelding. He is the son of hip hop. Brings a lot of good show jumpers up in Sweden. It is high score jumping for Nasu Kiali. Back end of the Accumulator, first class of this final day of week 2. His Highness the Father Amir's prize. And as we said, Emanuele Gaudiano is on target to win his 6th class of the now 6 days here. Win per day, very, very nice for Emanuela. Hassan Senturk second and Khalid Al Hadi our top 3. This has been a good round here for the rider for Jordan. Nasu Kiali travels back to the end of the course. And he's not slow either. Not quite going to beat Emanuele Gaudiano, but it's a good round here for the rider for Jordan. Down to the last fence he comes. That's a shame. Just didn't find the stride they wanted at the last fence. Got in too deep, and shame for Nasu Kiali. He plummets down to 25 points. It's a very nice round, but the last fence, I'm afraid, does fall the Joker with the minus 40. 25 points to score for high score and Nasu Kiali. The new starter, Harry Charles, comes forward, and Harry with Ali Patrick Tiberius for Great Britain, the Olympic champion, gets on course. Very down to the race distance between 3 and 4, and it's going to be a steady round, I think, for the Brits. A week ago won the 4-star Grand Prix with Casco Blue. Charles has the penultimate fence down, I'm afraid, at 9. He will jump the Joker, but it will be minus 9 from the max score otherwise, as he jumped the Joker successfully. Harry Charles finishing on 56 points with Robinson. In fact, sorry, with Bally Patrick Tiberius. Robinson, his earlier rider. New starter Adol Keshavas gets away. Romelo VDHZ is out the gates. This number 70 for Iran on course. 2.25 hours into this Accumulator, back end of the class, and looking all day long like Emanuele Gaudiano's 6th win of the Doha Tour, impressively. Adol Keshavas down out over the Ox. Just takes a moment to settle prior to the State of Qatar vertical that guards the home turn. Good effort, just the early mistake at the Oxer at 3, the one down. So it was maximum, but -3 points for Ado Keshavaz and Romello VDH. The new starter, Deirdre Riley, gets on course. This is number 71, Islands. Rider former eventer as well, like Duarte Seabra, Odiamont van der Laar for Deirdre Riley gets on course. This mare, she's 12, daughter of Diamond de Semi, gets away. Great third place for Deirdre's rider Neil Fearon last night in the big world ranking class behind Max Kuna. Certainly the joker goes for Deirdre Riley, and she will finish therefore on 21 points out on the course. Nice great Odiamont van der Laar comes home for Deirdre, but the joker goes, so 21 points is the total. The new starter, Germany's Frederica Stagg, gets on course. And this is Zanzibar Gold, very nice young son, 8-year-old son of Staccato Gold Cross, who promotes on for Frederica, owned by Claudia Stagg. Is the new starter, back end of the Accumulator. First class on this final day that we bring you from His Highness the Father Amir's Prize Week 2. This was a good jumper, certainly. Frederica clear now out over the Oxer at fence 7. Down there into the state of Qatar, vertical at Tate and going well. Well down, of course, on Emanuele Galliano, who is well home already. But not a bad round from the German. Frederica Stagg, though, takes the joker, I'm afraid, as the last fence she'll drop down to 25 points. Good effort from her, but she'll go into 44th place with the last fence down on her round. Well, this is the last of the Accumulator, and Yaqub Nasser Al-Mas, number 74, to jump this morning. And Yaqub Vakata, he rides here Ventos. This the 14-year-old gelding out of the KWP and Studbook. Henezan Moritz Leventos, the second, across the Lucky Boy. It was owned by Gardatani, and here we go. Ventos takes fence 3, and refusal comes at 4. Tough start, I'm afraid, for them. Last of the class in trouble. Come back and jump it the second time, but they knock it down, I'm afraid, as well. It's going to be retirement. Last of the Accumulator pulls up, I'm afraid, and we can now confirm Emanuele Galdiano has won 6 classes here on His Highness the Father Amir's Prize 2 weeks. Well done to Emanuele. He wins his 6th class impressively. The Rouge Blue Pièce, the winning ride for the Italian, and 46.13 was the winning time. He wins by just over half a second. Hassan Senturk has a good 2nd place for him, his best finish of the week. And Khalid Al Hadi has another good finish with Cap Bowen. That is 3rd place for the Saudi Arabian. 4th place, Roberto Prevatali, Chabrolo PS, and 5th place again, Hassan Senturk, has 2 in the top 5. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next class is starting in 1 hour's time. But first up is the prize giving for this accumulator. We'll take a short break, but well done. It's 6 wins now for Emanuele Gaudiano. He's the man in untouchable form this week. 6 wins for the brilliant Italian. morning, ladies and gentlemen, for the first class of the last day. Week 2, His Highness the Father Amir's Prize here, and the Accumulator, we welcome you too. Prize purse. A quarter of that will go to our winner. It is €1,500 of the total was €6,000 for this class. And what a 2 weeks he's enjoyed. What a start to 2026. Emanuele Gaudiano has won 6 classes in 2026 already, all here on His Highness the Father Amir's Prize Weeks in Doha, Qatar, and an animated Italian comes in to celebrate his 6th win. The Rouge Blue Pièce, 46-1-3. I'd like to welcome the Manager of Marketing and Communication at Alshaqab, is Abdullah Al-Quashuti. I make the awards to Emanuele Gaudiano and congratulate him on his 6th win. He's had 2 second places as well. He has been in outstanding form on this breezy morning in Doha. And we stand for the national anthem of the winning nation. Once again, we hear the national anthem of Italy. Wins, very, very impressive. Emanuele Gaudiano wins another class here at His Highness the Father Amir's Prize. Congratulations to him. Superb stuff, and we welcome Abdullah Al-Quashuti, the Manager of Marketing and Communication on the Doha Equestrian Tour, to congratulate the winner, Emanuele Gaudiano. It's a familiar tale. In second place, Hassan Senturk, his best finish of the weeks here. Alsace is second for Turkey, about half a second behind the Italian. And third place, this superb 20-year-old Capoen is on the podium. Third place for Khalid Al Hadi, his second podium of the days here for Saudi Arabia. Fourth place, just narrowly missing out on his 7th podium, Roberto Prevezzali. He is 4th with Chabrolo PS. And then Hassan Senturk completes our top 5. Diam's Bramble Z for Turkey. Well, very impressive once again is Emanuele Gaudiano. He is in big form. Start of 2026, he wins his 6th class impressively. He's flying and looks unstoppable as we go into the big afternoon of sport here on His Highness the Father Amir's Prize Week in Doha, Qatar. The next class, ladies and gentlemen, will start at 12:15 p.m. in 45 minutes. That is a 5-star world ranking class, a special 2-phase competition. In 45 minutes from myself at Hollow, we'll hope you join us again then. Until then, it's farewell from Doha. We'll see you a little bit later.
Here we are with the winner of this competition, Emanuele Gaudiano, your 6th victory. How are you feeling?
Well, the mare jumped very good. She already won 3 classes here, I think. And yeah, I'm very happy with her.
So, can you give us a hint which questions we can prepare for the next interviews? Do you want to do that we do the weather forecast? Maybe we can talk about Italian cuisine. Do we have pizza Hawaii actually?
Not for Italian.
But thank you so much, and one more time, congratulations. We're really happy for you, and we hope to see you a 7th time at the interview.
Thank you. See you soon.
صدح صوت الحوافر وسمعتها الخيل والفرسان، وصل لأقصى بقاع الأرض، صدى صوته ملا الأقطار طول وعرض. تسابق له من اللهفة بنات الريح، ما تقف لو تسير الريح عكس الريح. تجي من كل دار وكل صوب، ترابط بين أحاسيس وقلوب. تجمعنا الهواية والمحبة هنا من حيث تجتمع الشعوب. صدح صوت الحوافر وسمعتها الخيل والفرسان، وصل لأقصى بقاع الأرض، صدى صوته ملا الأقطار طول وعرض. تسابق له من اللهفة بنات الريح، ما تقف لو تسير الريح عكس الريح. من الصحراء تشوف الناس ضحضاح السراب أسراب، تلاحظ في ملامحها الغريبة حالة استغراب، تحدد وجهة الصوت اللي يصداه وصلت الأسماع، وعلى الوجهة ما تدري عن بعضها وتتفق بإجماع. تجي من كل دار وكل صوب، ترابط بين أحاسيس وقلوب. تجمعنا الهواية والمحبة هنا من حيث تجتمع الشعوب.
كيف ممكن توصف شعور؟ ما في كلام يوصفه. مشاعر ما يلزمها وصف. لما تحس بشعور جديد كل اللي عليك تسمح له يقودك.
تابعينا في كل مكان عبر قنوات الكاس الرياضية.
في قلب الدوحة هناك موقع ينطلق فيه عنان النظر نحو البحر، جوهرة معمارية صممت خصيصا لمن يسعون خلف التميز كل يوم وكل لحظة. جزيرة الفخامة فيها أسلوب حياة، شقق متميزة ومتنوعة بمساحاتها، من أطول ممشى تجاري مكيف في العالم إلى أطول موقف سيارات تحت الأرض، ومن ملعب الجولف إلى جمال الممشى البحري وإلى روعة الهدوء. جزيرة جيوان، فخامة، تألق.
A book, a desk, a teacher. For some, a classroom is a given. But for many around the world, it remains out of reach. Yet, we've always come forward to change that. Education above all is dedicated to making quality education accessible to all. Because when a child learns, they don't just change their future.
I want to be a pilot. I've dreamt of being a scientist.
Doctor. I want to work where I can help people.
They change the world around them.
إمكانياتك معروفة وبعدين الطريق كان صعب وطويل.
نختلف وشديد التأثير.
طحت وايد وكل مرة ترجع توقف.
Silence the noise. Run through it.
Every doubt is a reason to push forward. Every runner has their own voice. You don't need a finish line. You just need to move. But together, we move forward.
This marathon, run your own race.
Welcome to Doha
Equestrian
Tour 2026.
Let's go.
I only want you beside me. I only want you beside me.
Hold tight.